Have you ever stepped into an elevator, pressed your floor button, and immediately turned to fix your hair or check your tie? It feels like second nature. But have you ever stopped to ask why almost every elevator you've ever been in has a mirror? You might think it's just interior design or a way to satisfy our vanity, but the actual reason is a fascinating mix of human psychology, clever engineering, and essential safety that dates back to the boom of the very first skyscrapers. To understand the mirror, we have to go back to the early 20th century. As buildings grew taller, elevators became a necessity. However, early elevators were excruciatingly slow. People would stand in a cramped, windowless metal box for minutes at a time, staring at the walls. This created two major problems. First, the wait felt agonizingly long. Second, and more importantly, passengers began suffering from claustrophobia. The fear of being trapped in a small, suspended box made people anxious. Building managers were flooded with complaints, demanding faster elevators. But mechanically, the engineers couldn't make them any faster, at least not cheaply. So, instead of fixing the machinery, they decided to fix the passenger. They hired a psychologist who realized that the problem wasn't the speed of the elevator, it was the boredom of the wait. When you have nothing to do, time feels like it stretches. The solution? Mirrors. By installing mirrors, people became distracted. They looked at themselves, checked their appearance, or subtly watched other passengers. Psychologically, the mirror expanded the room, making the small box feel twice as big, which instantly cured the claustrophobia. Suddenly, the complaints about speed stopped completely, even though the elevators hadn't sped up by a single second. While it started as a mind trick, the mirror stuck around for much more practical reasons. Today, mirrors are a critical safety feature. They allow you to see what everyone else in the car is doing without turning around, which provides a sense of security in a confined space. More importantly, in places like Japan and under accessibility laws in the US, mirrors are mandatory for wheelchair users. If a wheelchair user enters an elevator and cannot turn around, the mirror allows them to see the floor indicators and safely back out of the elevator without crashing into the closing doors or other people. So, the next time you catch your reflection on the way to the lobby, remember, that mirror isn't there for your ego. It's a century-old design hack that saved the skyscraper. This was Simple Things Surprising Histories. If you enjoyed this ride up, please hit that like button and subscribe for more histories behind the everyday objects we take for granted. See you in the next one.